want to talk about 1994's Wolf, starring Jack Nicholson, Michelle Pfeiffer, James Spader, and Christopher Plummer. It's directed by Mike Nichols, and for some reason the film leapt out at me to watch it. Jack Nicholson is a book publisher, and he's bitten by a wolf in the first scene. It sets up the whole film. But it's a Mike Nichols film, so it's a character drama. So if you dispense with that for a minute, Christopher Plummer is a billionaire who owns his book publishing company. He's firing Jack Nicholson to expand. James Spader is gunning for his job, betraying him. I think it's Kate Nelligan is Jack Nicholson's wife. So there's a crisscross of all five characters in regard to their private and professional relationships that propels the story along. Betrayals and deceit and backstabbing. As is always the case with Mike Nichols, and the characters are well rounded. Jack Nicholson is fantastic as the book publisher. Like, he emanates, respect and maturity and intelligence. But James Spader kind of steals the film. If you watch any of those films he made in the 90s, he really is like Michael Fassbender, like him. I believe he kind of personally lost interest in acting. I guess he was obsessed with it or whatever, but he's been fantastic, Ultron and the Avengers. And it starts off absolutely fantastically. Like, it's told as a metaphor. Jack Nicholson, his smell and his senses are heightened. He's got more energy. He's trying to ride his wife. And there's a playful glee with seeing a man come alive. So as a metaphor, it can be, a man challenged or a midlife crisis. Even though Jack Nicholson's 50s, the women are younger. So he could be midlife and, like, he's been slipping. And I got absorbed by that. You get absorbed by seeing a character come alive in a real fashion. It does slip into the fantastical, for, of course, entertainment factors. He is slowly becoming a wolf. And especially in the era we're in today, reforming new masculinity in crisis, to see a character come alive like a wolf, it feels on the cusp of something. Is this new masculinity a wolf in sheep's clothing? What are we doing with it? Where's it going? And I was kind of captivated. I felt, I got swept up by the glee of seeing Jack Nicholson, especially an old movie star. It is an old movie. It's shot on film. And Michael Nichols isn't the most daring with the camera. Like, he'd be wildly out of place today with the technique modern filmmakers have brought to it. Like, and everybody's trying to film like David Fincher or Ridley Scott. But it's a fantastic film. It rollicks along the whole way. Like, it's not a masterpiece, but that undercurrent of a man alive, it's more in tune with American Beauty than it is with kind of the modern retellings of Wolf. I haven't seen them all. Like, there's no CGI in it. And Mike Nichols makes most of the kind of violence, the drama, the underscore. He uses a great, he makes use of silhouettes, doubles, acrobatic doubles, watching the film and, leaping around. I mean, it does get quite sensational towards the end. Michelle Pfeiffer is great. She's such an antiquated female lead. I mean, she's always dressed really masculine, but she's the most beautiful feminine woman. Blue jeans, white shorts, and a black dinner jacket. But she can't hide her sexiness. There's always little lines crept in that she finds comfortable with. I think if she looks a certain way, also she done Dangerous Minds. And it's an interesting choice for her to dress like that, especially in the 90s. It was a man's world. She wants to utilise her beauty, but she wants respect to do interesting roles. I mean, she really, really is a true movie star. And it is an all-round fantastic film. The score is not overwhelming, as it always isn't in Mike Nichols films. What's going on with the characters, he presents it on screen, and the actors are top tier and perform top tier. But it really is a great film, and I think what's going on in the culture now with us redefining masculinity, I think a lot of people will feel energised by it. As an individual sitting at home watching a work of art, make of what you will with the new masculinity, but I think a restoration to men's confidence in that discussion is what everybody wants. What defines a new man is something else. Professor Scott Galloway has written a book, I think it's called Notes on Being a Man, and he's parading it around everywhere. So it's interesting for me to find the correlation between those things. And I think you'll enjoy it, and it'll stimulate some thought for you looking out into the culture at the minute. Alright, like and subscribe, share the video, leave a comment if you want me to watch anything specific.